leoshea.com, vegan author and conscious consumer. So I had a Twitter come across in my tweet, I should say, came across in my Twitter feed yesterday, which gave me food for thought. It said, prison rodeos provide escape from routine. Now, I actually thought that was quite bizarre, mainly because, on two counts. First of all, you know, rodeos obviously are incredibly horrible sport, if you want to call it a sport. You know, it's very violent. And here you have them in a prison situation where obviously there is some violence in there as well. And to me, it's like, it's not actually teaching the prisoners anything. One would think that you would try and teach prisoners, you know, compassion, not only for humans, but for animals as well. And certainly holding a rodeo isn't going to do it. So I sort of like piqued my interest, and I thought, well, I should really go and find out whether it's actually still happening or whether that was just an old news feed or something like that. So I delved into a little bit of the history, and it started back in 1931 and was called the Texas Prison Rodeo. Now the prisoners apparently earned money for it, and you know, started off with a couple of dollars back in 1931, but you know, soon grew as it gained momentum, as one would say. So, you know, as the years went by, they had their own facility for having these rodeos, and as the events progressed, they did the full genre of all of the different things that happen in a rodeo, including the clowns. You know, they even had clowns come out and, you know, to work with the bulls, apparently, whatever the clowns do. So, you know, you had thousands of people coming and paying money to get in to watch this event. But it was shut down in 1986. And the last recorded event, there was 100,000 people rocked up to it. That's massive. So the facility was too old, it was dilapidated or whatever, so they decided to close it down. So they did. However, it is actually still going on in some of the prisons around the United States. And you've got all sorts of different things like, you know, there's steer wrestling, bronc riding, bucking events, bull riding, steer tripping? Pass? No idea what that is. But, you know, and there's calf roping, and calf roping is really violent. You've got 3 to 4 month old calves. They're held in a holding pen, and they're tormented like anything, and then let out, and then, you know, obviously they're grappled and pulled back, and their necks are brought back. It's really horrible for them. You know, the other animals, when they're held in the pens, they can be poked and prodded and tormented, and you know, I've seen video footage of both horses and bulls, you know, rearing up, and because, you know, sometimes in the horses they put burrs in underneath their saddles, they're poked with electric prods, all sorts of things to get them really, really agitated, and so that when they burst out into the ring, they are really kind of like wild. So, you know, there are so many injuries these animals, you know, have during these things, that many of them are sent off to slaughter afterwards because they're useless for anything else. So they can get broken ribs, broken back, they can get broken legs, obviously. They have torn tails. They can get punctured lungs, ligaments and tendons can be torn, their internal organs can be damaged, and you know, they can also get snapped necks. So as the ropes are, you know, pulled back. So, you know, this is not. It's such a violent sport, and why it is even called a sport is beyond me. You know, tennis is a sport, okay? But, you know, it's quite bizarre. Now, it currently is banned in some countries, Britain being one, which is absolutely awesome. And the Netherlands is another country where it's banned, and there are other parts of Europe. However, it's still really, rife throughout America, throughout Australia and New Zealand. So if you do see a petition anywhere in your country or your area, please sign it. It would be really cool, because we would very much like to get rid of this. I just don't even want to use the word sport. I really don't. In New Zealand last year, there was a campaign to stop the rodeo, and we collected 62,000 signatures. Not bad. I mean, we've a population of 4.5 million, I think it is, but still not enough. And but the excuse from the governing body of the rodeo was that this teaches men how to farm. It's like, what? You gotta be kidding me. They're trying to say that it is like these are the skills you're going to need. You need to know how to rope a calf. You need to know how to, but you do not. No, I'm sorry. I can't accept that. I really can't accept that. So, I'd be really interested to know what you think, and please feel free to put some of the comments below. But yeah, so if you do see a petition, it would be really cool. If you are vegan, if you're a vegetarian, or even just an animal lover, then you will know that this is rodeo is, it is so outdated. It is not something that we need. There's plenty of other violent sports. Just take rugby, gridiron, football, whatever you want to call them. I mean, they can get their kicks there. So listen, have great food. Show respect for animals, including humans, and enjoy life. So that's me for this one. It'd be great if you subscribed, but you don't have to. So see you next time. Bye.